It is traditionally believed that the woman is the keeper of the hearth, which, mainly, keeps the welfare of the whole family, and if it came to adultery on her part, it is likely that very soon she will begin to suffer severe remorse. Women more often than men tend to blame themselves for what happened. They tend to worry more about social connections and relationships. Feelings of guilt in this case may also act as a kind of protective function, helping women to get over the situation more easily. Instead of looking for the source of the problem and its solution, we sometimes find it easier to change nothing, reveling in this, often useless, feeling. But don't be too quick to blame yourself and get depressed. Infidelity is always a sign of problems in the marriage. If you did decide to take this step, you probably had good reasons. We will discuss the most common of them in this article, and also learn what to do if infidelity did take place. The feeling of guilt in such a case can also serve as a kind of protective function, helping a woman to survive the situation more easily. Instead of looking for the source of the problem and its solution, we sometimes find it easier not to change anything, reveling in this, often useless, feeling. But don't be too quick to blame yourself and get depressed. Infidelity is always a sign of problems in the marriage. If you did decide to take this step, you probably had good reasons. We will discuss the most common of them in this article, and also find out what to do if infidelity did take place. Surroundings. If many of her friends have lovers. The bad example of her own parents. If a woman has seen her parents cheat on each other, she may transfer this pattern to her family as an adult. If a woman has lost control over herself under the influence of alcohol. In order to improve her self-esteem. After years of marriage, it often happens that the husband stops caring for his lady, giving her flowers, gifts, not striving to make her feel good. And the woman becomes ready to be in someone else's arms, in order to feel beautiful and desirable again and to prove to themselves that they have success with other men. Very often after an adulterous woman has a desire to tell her husband, but if you want to save the relationship, to do so is strongly advised against. Very few men are able to forgive infidelity, capable of forgetting no one. Later his spouse may always remind you of this situation. And sooner or later the reproaches for the mistakes of the past may finally destroy your union. But what if to look into the eyes of her husband after the incident was unbearable, and you are constantly in a stressful, depressed state? In that case, it is recommended to do the following. First of all, think about what pushed you to do this act. Sort out the causes of infidelity and you will feel better. Awareness of the cause can also help prevent a repetition of the situation. Try to forget about the affair, remove everything that reminds her. If possible, don't visit the place where it happened, throw away the clothes you were wearing at that moment, etc. Accept a situation that has already happened and cannot be changed. After all, there are no sinless people in the world. Surround your family with warmth and care, try to spend more time with them. If you feel the need to talk to someone, find someone you trust. Maybe you know someone who has cheated and was in a similar situation. If the lack of attention from your husband has pushed you into cheating, talk to him about it. Try to spend more time together, go on vacation together, to the sea, if possible. Another thing is, if you are a windy person by nature and any relationship bores you quickly enough, you constantly crave new emotions and sensations. Most likely, you just learned this very way of getting adrenaline, of keeping yourself in a tone. If you realize that the feeling of novelty, falling in love and changing partners for you as a drug, while you would like to be faithful in a relationship, but for you it is very difficult, in that case it is very important to stop in time and find more acceptable ways to fill yourself with missing emotions that will help you feel the fullness of life. If you thought it over and came to the conclusion that it is impossible to eliminate the cause that pushed you to betrayal, or you finally had no feelings for her husband, you fell in love with someone else, it's already a serious reason to stop torturing yourself and him, staying in a relationship that exhausted itself.